Welcome to this week's edition of Newsfile, reaching you from CRBC. Newsfile is all about some topical events in the state during the outgoing week. First, the headlines. Governor Tu inaugurated 5-man committee to look into allegation of disruptions of some NDDC projects. Governor Basio Tu swears in Honorable Ebung Odama as acting chairman of Bekwara local government area. Those were the headlines. Newsfile starts in a moment. I am Patience Okwa. Welcome back. Governor Basio Tu has inaugurated a 5-man committee to look into allegations of disruptions of some project unveiling hosted by the management of Niger Delta Development Commission in Calabar Metropolis on June 13, 2025. Government House correspondent Nsaita has the details.
Members of the 5-man committee are Honorable Justice Emilia Ibok, Chairman, Barrister Mrs. Stella Iki, Secretary, while Mrs. Mary Akpet, Esquire Zakwaji Ikong Obang, and James Okoy are members. Inaugurating the committee, the Governor, Senator Basio Tu, represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode, enumerated the terms of reference, which include to determine the immediate and remote causes of the disruption that occurred during the commissioning of the project by NDDC in Calabar on Friday, 13 June 2025, to also determine whether the projects commissioned by the NDDC were in fact awarded and executed by NDDC and not the government of Cross River State, and to invite officials of NDDC as well as relevant contractors and members of the communities to determine the respective agencies that executed the project. They are also to make appropriate recommendations in respect of the true client, whether it is NDDC or the Cross River State government, as well as to prosecute and punish culprits, check properties destroyed, and profess solutions to prevent future occurrence. The Deputy Governor said the committee's aim is to ascertain the truth from the divergent narratives of the public, maintaining that governments would not tolerate any act of violence that could undermine public events and disrupt development in the South-South region and Cross River in particular, reiterating that decisive actions will be taken against the perpetrators to ensure that such never happens again. He, however, assured the public that the inquiry will be conducted without bias and the finding will be made public within some weeks, and called on residents to remain calm and law-abiding while the investigation is ongoing, as well as emphasize the present administration's commitment to maintaining peace and order in the state.
From the government of Cross River State, we are willing to assist in whatever way we can to ensure that their job goes on smoothly, because they are doing it for the people of Cross River State. They are not doing it for NDDC, they are not doing it for any particular individual. They are doing it for the good of the people that reside in Cross River State, both Cross Riverians and non-Cross Riverians alike. And we want to continue to have a good relationship with NDDC. So on behalf of the governor of Cross River State, the peace-loving people of Cross River State, I hereby inaugurate this committee. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Responding, the chairman of the committee, Honorable Justice Emilia Ibok, thanked the state government for giving them the assignment and promised to discharge their duties for the best results.
And we feel honored to be called upon to undertake this important assignment. My concern has been addressed, and that was as to the timeline, because we need to invite people to present written brief, and even with lawyers, of which I'm one, I know that it is not easy. So that's the thing, that immediately this commission has been equipped to function. We can assure you that we will put in our best, and we are hoping for the best.
In Calabar, from Government House, I am Nsa Ita reporting for CRBC News.
And to our next story, Governor Basio Tu has sworn in Honorable Ebung Odama as the acting chairman of Bekwara local government area. The swearing-in ceremony witnessed by the Speaker, Right Honorable Albert Ayambem, representatives of the Chief Judge, APC Chairman, members of the State ESCO, and Head of Service, Obol Innocent Eteng, and other Bekwara sons and daughters was held at the Executive Council Chambers, Governor's Office, Calabar. Government House correspondent Sunday Ina has the details.
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that as acting chairman of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
I will discharge my duties
to
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Swearing in the acting chairman, the Governor Senator Bassey Otu urged him to ensure he discharges duties without fear or favor, but with the interest of the people at all times, and ensure collaboration with the legislature to promote harmony and development in the council area. The governor called on the elders and the entire people of Bekwara to support the chairman, emphasizing that he will not fail to confront issues when necessary, as no one, not under his watch, change Cross River State and go scot-free. Governor Otu said his administration remains committed to a people-first service-oriented leadership, noting that any disunity would jeopardize effective governance and service delivery.
We've had issues in the Bekwara local government from the inception of the council. We've tried to resolve these nagging issues because it is not about personality, it is not about an individual, it is not about an office. It's about service to people. And anything that will distract service or in any way inhibit the delivery is something that we continue to frown very seriously. Comrade Odama, he never knew that a day like this would come. I think he just went into office and he knew that a day will come that he has to show that responsibility of the whole local government. But I think that day is today. You will have to discharge your duty without any fear of it. We want to get a report that you are doing very well. Because if we do, then all the other nagging issues will immediately be put behind. You are not going there to play anybody's card. It is the people's card. You must be able to carry your parliament along. If not so, you will not be able to do right. There has to be that collaboration for you to be able to deliver.
The newly sworn-in acting chairman of Bekwara, Mr. Egbon Odama Egbon, expressed gratitude to the governor for the opportunity to serve and pledged to lead with purpose and inclusiveness.
We're here to be focused and do diligently what His Excellency's people matters require of us. I assure you, Excellency, that the good people of Bekwara, the leaders of Bekwara, the youths and the women, and the state at large will do that which will bring better glory to Cross River State.
Earlier, the secretary to the government of the state, Professor Antonio Waneno, noted that this is an opportunity for the former vice chairman to bring unprecedented result and development to his council area.
Therefore, Excellency, this occasion, we are here to bring one up who, by divine act of God, never planned for it, never campaigned for it. He has found himself in that position because he has been brought up by God Almighty.
Sunday Ina, CRBC News.
Moving on, the Cross River State government has signed an asset sale agreement with Biase Plantation Limited, a subsidiary of Wilmar International. The formal signing took place at the Executive Council Chamber of the Governor's Office in Calabar. Government House correspondent Sunday Ina has the report.
The Commissioners for Agriculture and Irrigation Development, Johnson Ebeko and Justice Ededemani, signed for the state government, while the Chief Executive Officer, Wilmar Africa, Santos Pillai, and General Manager, Wilmar International Plantation, Arumbo Gam, signed for the company. By the agreement, ownership of over 5,000 hectares of land and assets formerly managed by Enhod Industry Limited under the defunct Cross River Estate Limited is now transferred to Wilmar for full production. Governor Bassey Otu described the event signing as a historic moment that represents the state administration to restore and activate legacy assets while shifting business operations into the hands of capable professionals. The governor revealed that previous operator has failed to meet agreed terms, leading to disenchantment among the host community and gradual wearing down of vital infrastructure, and called on Wilmar to intensify a smallholder scheme to include local farmers in catchment areas and urged the company to consider siting oil palm refinery within the state to maximize local value addition.
So to some extent, we've moved to make sure that we restore what we used to know as Cross River. The facility we are talking about today, heads of states, when they normally visit Cross River, most of the times, they stay in that facility. But for privatization's sake, an arrangement was put in place. And we had anyone who could not keep up to the terms that were agreeable. The host community were totally disenchanted, the government, the asset stripping, turning, in fact, what was their major, what took them there, they abandoned it and went into tree cutting. Wilmar is a very big player in the world of water, very, very big. We want to see them set up a proper refinery here because we will not be happy to see our palm fruits being taken to go and process in Lagos or elsewhere. We want the whole value chain for our people to benefit right here.
The Chief Executive Officer Wilmar Africa, Mr. Santos Pillai, who led the company's delegation, expressed gratitude for the renewed partnership, which he noted spanned 14 years of memorable track record of operation upon the company's entering into Cross River State territory. Pillai said Wilmar remains the largest private employer in Cross River State with over 5,000 staff, adding that they are committed to developing the Ibiaye and Claro oil palm estate to global standard.
For the opportunity and choosing Wilmar as a partner to support the state government's economic revival agenda under your leadership. Your Excellency, we are honored and we thank you once again for choosing Wilmar. Your Excellency, today is another historic occasion. In the last 14 years, Your Excellency, Wilmar has an excellent track record of partnering the state in bringing in economic development, sustainable development, working closely with the host communities, generating employment, especially in the rural areas of Cross River State. And I can assure you that we will deliver on our promises to you all.
The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Edede Mani, noted that the agreement fulfilled Governor Tu's promise to reclaim and revive the state legacy investment. The chairman, Akankpa Local Government Area, Felix Akposi, government officials, traditional rulers, community representatives, and the private sector stakeholders present at the event expressed optimism about the renewed partnership potentials to drive inclusive economic growth. Sunday Ina, CRBC News.
On our next story, in the quest towards the realization of the state dream of an agro-industrial state, especially in cocoa and coffee, among other cash crops, the state government has held a roundtable international cocoa coffee investment meeting in Calabar. Government House correspondent Sunday Ina says the meeting, in partnership with the Minister of Agriculture and Irrigation Development, the World Cocoa Foundation and Green First Capital, seeks investment prospectus in cocoa and coffee estate development in the state. The report.
As part of efforts to reposition Cross River State as a major player in global agricultural export and as a major hub for sustainable, traceable agro-production, the report submission Governor Tu noted is a vital step towards economic revitalization of the state. He said his administration believes that sustainable economic transformation must be anchored in a revitalized, profitable, and global competitive agricultural sector. To ensure immediate follow-up of the report, the governor says the state will develop a detailed implementation roadmap within 6 weeks and give legislative backing to the revitalized produce inspection services through the State House of Assembly, while the Produce Inspection Board will be constituted within few months. Governor Otu expressed gratitude to the committee and development partners for their technical support and contribution to the strategic plans.
The strategic plans and roadmap presented today cover cocoa, oil palm, and coffee. 3 crops with immense economic potential for our state. These plans are not just documents, they are blueprints for inclusive growth, rural transformation, and of course, environmental sustainability. Large crop development agency shall be established and made operational within 4 months. We will begin engagement with investors and stakeholders to launch new estates by July this year.
Handing over the report, Chairperson of the Multi-Sectorial Committee, Professor Susan Ohen, highlighted that the roadmap was carefully designed to meet both domestic needs and international export standards.
Strategic plans that have pillars, each of the plan has 7 pillars that range from production to marketing and then to traceability. All we have tried to do here is to ensure global best practices. Now, as we know with the EUDR regulations, our cocoa will not be accepted in international markets if we do not follow certain regulations. So the strategic plans we have developed have taken into consideration issues of certification, traceability, in line with the triple P concept of sustainability, which talks about the planet, the people, and profit.
The Commissioner for Agriculture, Johnson Ebeko, and that of Commerce, Dr. Abigail Duke, praised the plan's capacity to completely transform the state agricultural landscape.
This presentation of the strategic plans and roadmap for cocoa, oil palm, and coffee marks a bold step forward in our collective mission to reposition agriculture as a powerful engine for economic development, job creation, and environmental sustainability.
Excellency, I want to also congratulate you. Apart from your very impactful governance in Cross River State the past 3 years, Cross River State is again setting the pace as being the first subnational with this strategic document today.
Sunday Ina, CRBC News.
And on our last report, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, has reaffirmed its commitment to protect child's rights through adequate policy implementation and effective education. The report.
The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, has reaffirmed its commitment to protect child's rights through adequate policy implementation and effective education. The state chairman, NIPR, Comrade Benedict Okache, made the affirmation during the essay and public speaking competition to mark the 2025 Children's Day in commemoration with the International African Child Day, organized by Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, Calabar. The event, which took place at the Cross River Community Hall, University of Calabar, highlights public speaking and essay writing competition, occasioned with the theme Protecting Child's Rights in Nigeria Through Adequate Policy Implementation, Public Relations Perspective. The state chairman, Comrade Benedict Okache, said, as a yearly event, 26 schools have participated in the competition, both essay writing and public speaking. He said the competition is to raise leaders, public relations, and public speakers in the society.
This year, we have tried as much as possible to ensure that we bring out the best in our students. Our level of transparency and interest, which is why today all the winners of the competition will be determined here in this hall. As we announce the winners, the certificate will be received here in this hall. So that we want to assure all those who still believe that maybe we were not transparent enough last year, This year we want to be as transparent as possible. And we believe strongly that as a chapter, we are committed to continuing with this program and will continue to do more to see how we can upgrade.
In a goodwill message, the Commissioner for Information, Dr. Erasmus Ekpang, said, protecting child's rights in Nigeria through adequate policy implementation is apt to include good and sustainable education, health, food and nutrition, security, shelter, amongst others. He emphasized that adequate policies and funding initiatives must be put in place, especially in an annual budget estimate for implementation. Dr. Erasmus Ekpang urged all to prioritize child's rights and give the necessary attention it deserves.
Of course, the program has impacted positively on the academic and professional pursuits of many students over the years. It has grown and expanded in leaps and bounds. For this 2025 edition of our competition, with the theme Protecting Child's Rights in Nigeria through adequate policy implementation, the public relations perspective is very apt and crucial. At this point in our nation's government across the globe are very concerned about protecting the rights of the young population, and different policies initiatives have been put in towards achieving these targets.
The event featured public speaking presentation by different schools with the topic Children's Right to Nutrition, Parental or Governmental Responsibility, keynote addresses, awards and monetary prizes. It was a CRBC News.
Before we go, remember that health is wealth. Keep your environment clean at all times. Stay connected with CRBC beyond the screen. Follow our content through the following platforms: Facebook, CRBC, X formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at CRBC Online _, YouTube at CRBC New Media, WhatsApp 090 377 87474. See you same time, same station for another edition of Newsfile. I am Patience Okwa. Bye for now.